What's up, everybody? Welcome back into Breaking Boards and welcome back into another episode of On the Board. And as they say, all good things must come to an end. Adam and I are about to jump into draft 150 of 150 for myself in the $25 contest on DK. Adam, how's it going? How was your Tuesday?
It was a little bit long and taxing, but we got through it. It's crazy. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. It's day 3 of school, and I didn't even have any kids today. I've been doing paperwork, and I'm already ready to call it a night.
Yeah, it's been crazy at the office too. Like we there's 4 people on my team. 3 of the 4 have called out tomorrow. I bet you can't guess who's left. So we'll see how that
Wendy.
goes. No, not at all. Not at all. But should be a fun day at the office for sure.
Your milestone is also my milestone tonight, as you are at 150. I am actually going to be with this one exactly halfway. 75.
Oh, nice.
75 down, 75 to go. Let's see if I can make it in about a month left for me. So
I think you'll probably. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of news. I assume somebody major goes down at some point. Like Pearsall obviously hurt. Brazel, I don't really think I heard a lot, just because people, they were taking him late anyways. Maybe Alec Pierce, but he should play the weeks that count. So I mean, we haven't had any huge news yet. I know, we were just talking with Michael, and he said that Puka went down. Not sure how bad that is, or what the news is there in the end, but I imagine it's not anything long term.
We'll see some people play, even starters, people battling for jobs and stuff in weeks 1 and 2 of preseason, but we won't see anybody in that 3rd week of preseason. So after that, it's kind of just like whatever you got probably until week 1. So you kind of just could draft however you need to, knowing what you know will probably not change much between week 3 of preseason and week 1 of regular season. So that just gives you a 2.5 week window to go ahead and get things done.
I guess let's go ahead and hop into this $25 if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
3, 2, 1, 0. 11 and 12. Hopefully you got in there.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, we done. We full. Let's go.
Ooh, the 2.
No, that means I'm the 12. I'm kidding. Nobody will do it to me.
Am I zoomed in too much because we can't see the 12 pick, or do I need to zoom out one? Or do you think we're good?
Oh, so I'm 8.
Yes.
Okay. You might need out for a 12.
Let me zoom down one.
Yeah.
I was messing with the new screen for when I started doing the showdown shows. I was getting all that situated. Started looking at some showdown stuff today. Started to cut up some of the video from yesterday and started to do some YouTube shorts, we got some stuff coming there. So
Good deal.
A lot of stuff coming down the pike, but slow going. But we're definitely I'm starting to get out of best ball mode and into, we got our yearly draft coming up. And also, just for anybody else who may be maxing this contest, let me tell you what just happened, and then I'll finish my thought. If you max this millionaire contest, whatever it shall be called, they instantaneously hit you with a bonus. So I just got the bonus as this draft field. So $375 back in the old account on top of what I already had. But
that tracks.
Yeah, it's
because that's what I did with
having. At 4:45, Rich. That's an early dinner, man.
That's some people got to make it in bed by 8, 9 o'clock, man.
That's me.
I'd be me too. I'd be eating right now too because I don't want that heartburn later.
That's me. I mean, I've been thinking about do I risk Taco Mamacitas again? Do I go back to the well?
Dude, anytime soon? Probably not.
Well, the wife's at work. I got to find something.
You heard about the jalapenos now, right? That really puts a damper on me.
Oh, I guess I'm on the clock. Hey, the draft started.
Yeah.
I think given the nature of how Neighbors and Rice are falling to this end of the draft, I've started to like the 1 and 2 more, and I've also started to like taking a running back in round 1 or 2. I'm gonna go Bijan, which I haven't done a ton. I did look. I have 15% Chase. Um, these are the two guys I've been fading in round one. I only had like 5 or 6% Puka. I think I ended up with like 4 McCaffrey. But so far on the injury front, knock on wood, we've overall as a group been pretty on point this year.
Yeah, and as far as Puka with him being injured, I don't have much of him at all. So, because I never get that 4 spot. That 4 spot, if you go on my Exploder, you'll see that I don't have much 4 at all with and I don't get Puka rarely in that situation because
I wonder with Puka if this contract thing isn't going to be becoming more news the closer we get throughout the season. It just feels like he might be one of those guys that came into the league, caught some fire. Obviously, I mean he's averaging more receiving yards per game than anybody in NFL history. So I mean, like I'm not going to sit here and say he's a bad player, but I just wonder if he didn't expect the success he has now, and he's like, hey, before I get out here and tear up my knee, I'm gonna get paid. And I wonder if he's like, I'm taking this year. Y'all need me this year to make the push with Stafford, maybe in his last year, and with Donald coming back, like, let me see some bread if y'all want me to get out here and put my life on the line to get these wins.
I don't know about Puka.
No,
But
Richard, you're good, man.
yeah,
You're good.
you're good, brother. But all the off-field stuff that happened over the summer, it kind of just made me have a bad taste in my mouth for him. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying, you know, everybody's made mistakes and done things, and it's his on the field is probably separate from his off the field. If he can still play at the level we assume he can. But I just something about him. I don't think you watch this, Randy, and I know there's some people out there that may do the slap fight promotion, which Dana White owns and everything, UFC stuff. He's at Puka is at every one of those events. Every time those events happen, they go to the celebrity thing, and Puka is at every one of those
That's
events.
a
Most of them are in Vegas.
that's a different can of worms there. So
Yeah, it
Puka
is.
Puka lived with Dana White when he was younger.
Okay, okay, that
So
makes sense.
there's a different connection there. So I mean he might
So
be
he
into
just
the slap fighting or whatever you call it.
I don't know. He's just always had having a good time, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of celebrities and average Joes would be there too if I could be. So, uh, if I had a ticket and I was in Vegas somewhere, but I don't know. I just
Well, I think about it from two different trains of thought. One, this draft is getting crazy with Lamb going at the 5, Pickens at the 20. We'll get to that in a second. With Puka, one, I mean, you knew my childhood wasn't great, so
mm-hmm.
by the time I got into the military, they didn't really have to look after me. But if you gave me at 20 years old, if you hit me with a metric shit ton of cash, I was going to act a fool.
Yeah.
So I can't get mad at these guys that come out here and they're not, ready to. So I mean, shoot, if you drop 140 million in my account tomorrow, I'm not going to say I'm going to act a fool, but I'm definitely going to act different. Work's going to get one phone call. Hey, appreciate y'all. I ain't going to be in ever. So go ahead and write me down. That kind of stuff. So like, I can imagine it's difficult to want to pull yourself out of bed and when you got 140 M's sitting in the bank at 23, 24, 25 years old. So I imagine that's difficult. It's hard for me to get mad at guys about stuff like that. So I think another thing too is Puka's got all the leverage, but he might not ever have this amount of leverage that he has right now for the rest of his career. They're making a push this season. The only stupid thing they've done was taking Buddy. Was it Ty Simpson, 13th overall in the draft? That was pretty dumb in my opinion. If you're going all in, push the chips in. This isn't a tournament. Don't keep one $5 chip back just to try to stay in and make the cash line. Let's just go for the goal. So I think they should have waited on Ty Simpson. But right now, Puka's got all the leverage. Like, what does this team look like without Puka?
Not soft, really. I mean, it's more finesse. I mean, there's just the receiving game is non-existent, really. It goes back to an old-fashioned smash mouth run game, basically. And
I think your stuff is messing up a little bit, Rich, because I can see your comments. Hopefully, you can hear us. I can hear Adam, so I assume that you guys can hear us. But if you can't hear us, just let us know. Says chat disconnected.
Yeah, that is weird. There's a lot of weather. There's a lot of weather between Rich and us. I will tell you that. There's a derecho, massive windstorm, thunderstorms coming down between the Appalachians right now. So I don't know if that's going to have anything to do with it. There's also an eclipse that's happening tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Solar eclipse up around Greenland, Iceland, totality, I think it is. So who knows?
Did you just go Puka Nacua and how he's a shithead off the field to Iceland lunar eclipse?
I'm good at segueing, yes.
I don't think that's how you do it. I don't think so. Let me recap the draft here for the audio listeners. Out of the one spot, Jahmyr Gibbs, I go Bijan at the 2, Jamar Chase at the 3, Puka 4, CeeDee Lamb surprise 5, CMC at 6, JSN at 7, Amon-Ra, Jonathan Taylor, James Cook, Justin Jefferson, and Kenneth Walker, and Adam did get Amon-Ra at the 8. 13 was A.J. Brown, moved up some. Saquon at the 14, Chase Brown 15, Derrick Henry 16, Genty 17, Hampton 18, A-Chain, the real one, 19, George Pickens 20 to the Lamb drafter, Bowers at 21, London to 22. I took Neighbors at 23. And then 24 was Nico Collins. And then coming back in round 3 was Rashee Rice. I took Chris Olave for the week 17 with Bijan, McBride, Love, Ichbuka, Allen. Adam took Kyron with the Puka news, I'm assuming. He probably bumped him up a little bit, roundabout ADP there anyways. Devonta Smith, Zay Flowers, Breece Hall, and T. Higgins. And that catches us up through round 3, and we are about midway through round 4 at this point.
Yeah, I think I segued the Puka news and Iceland, like this draft has segued from CeeDee Lamb to Genty at the 17 to it's kind of been a weird draft so far.
It's all on the right-hand side of the board, essentially. Like, it essentially starts at the 5 and moves. Because, like, if you look at the 1 through 4, we're just taking the guys that are typically taken in that little.
Yeah, y'all are normal down there. It gets plumb wild over here with me, and you got a guy at 11 who's auto drafting, so that's going to be interesting. He might actually draft ADP though. So
I was hoping that guy was going to fade A-Chain there. The other A-Chain.
Yeah.
I will recap round 4 shortly after this next selection. We're at pick 1 of round 5. Hopefully, this guy will let. Nope. Hopefully this guy will let Luther Burden fall back to me here.
No.
I'm a little bit concerned about McLaurin slightly. I'm not a big Bashal Tootin guy to begin with. I think that they're going to mix things around there, so I guess I'm going to go ahead and go McLaurin. I don't really love that range, if we're being perfectly honest.
You worry about McLaurin because of the shares that will be taken away from Stephon?
Yeah, a little.
Probably. I mean,
I do think Diggs makes the offense better as a whole. So I'm like, I'm not overly worried about McLaurin, but if you're telling me I could have Burden or McLaurin in a vacuum, like one pick away from each other, I would take probably 60% Burden and 40% McLaurin.
Yeah.
Something like that. Round 4 was Montgomery, Garrett Wilson, Colson Loveland, Jalen Waddle, Javonte Williams going a little late there to Adam at 41, Ted McMillan, DJ Moore, Josh Jacobs, Mike Evans, Cam Scatterbo, Travis A-Chain to me, and then JMO. And then the 5-1 was Luther Burden. I take McLaurin at the 5-2 by Schultz Sutton. Parker Washington, Rome Odunze, Christian Watson, and DeAndre Swift. It's back around to Adam in round 5. He takes Devontae Adams. So for each one of our selections so far, we're at 2 and 3, just working both ways. I have Bijan and A-Chain at running back with Neighbors, Olave, and McLaurin. And then flipping it on the other side, Adam got a very good price on Astringenti. Took Kyron Williams around about ADP and then grabbed about 5 picks on Javonte. And then he has 2 receivers with Devontae Adams and Amon-Ra St. Brown. So he's leaning into the Puka news, even though we don't have a definitive answer yet. I would imagine it's nothing serious, or we would have known something by now.
Yeah. I think we would have gotten a little bit more like concern if it was anything, severe.
The Red Furry Badger trifecta weather bomb.
Basically, yes.
Adam on a diet, looking thin lately.
No, Rich. We started back to school, so they my grade level feeds. We had a party for the first teacher in our grade level today, so I had cupcakes and cookies. Man, we there's no dieting or no slimming down when it comes to the teacher world. You better have a good gym membership, or you're gaining 20 pounds during the year.
Got one right there. Mike, what's up? Blinded by the light. I don't know if he's talking about the light behind you. I don't know if he's talking about your basketball head. I don't know what
he's talking about this thing. This thing right here is Chrome Dome.
We need that lunar eclipse.
Over my head right now, yeah.
See, round 5, the rest of it was Quinshon Judkins, Lamar Jackson at the 5'11", Bucky, and 5'12", Drake May. Round 6 has started Tyler Warren, Jordan Tyson, Cornell Tate, Marvin Harrison Jr., Trevion Henderson, Jalen Warren, and Ramondre Stevenson. That catches us up to the 6-8. We'll get to today's first question. Looks like Zay Flowers is back at camp. Looks like he's practicing again. Appears to be fine. Are you just throwing him right back in where you had him before and kind of same expectations, or are you moving him around a little bit?
I never moved him out at all. I just haven't, gotten to him. It didn't, like, if I were in a draft yesterday, 2 days ago, with that questionable tag, I still would have drafted him accordingly to where I have him. I mean, I wasn't scared about it. Felt like he was coming back. All's good.
So one reason I took McLaurin, we were talking about a minute ago, was so I could do what I just did.
Yeah.
You don't really have anybody fighting you early for Jaden if you get the McLaurin share. So I still think in a vacuum, McLaurin probably outscores Tootin. Like, I think they're both close. They're probably both sitting around, 200 to 220 fantasy points.
I think that side of the draft, like you said, that you're on, kind of knows what they're doing. If you let Jaden Daniels float back to try to get him this side of the draft, they would have drafted Jaden without Stack. They would just drafted him.
I don't like Jadarian Price, but it's hard for me not to take him at 74.
Yeah, I mean, he's fallen value. I mean,
almost a round of ADP on a guy that I think he's almost like a reverse rookie, essentially, as far as fantasy scoring. But when I get around on anybody, I pretty much have to take him. What's going on, Pete? That guy has the largest head I've ever seen on a man. He has a basketball-ass head. He does have like the official, like if you turn him around, he has like the Spalding official NBA or Baldy NBA.
Yeah. What was the? I don't know this. I can't remember. 21 inches. 21 inches circumference around when I was born, or something like that. 22, something close to that. It was.
We're still talking about your head, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was just making sure.
So, yeah.
Randy feels like the first teen boy touching a boob. It's nice to get a little sucklet off of the 1 through 6 every now and then. I mean, how many drafts have we done on stream? 50, 60 now? and how many have we seen with me in the top 6? I would imagine that number is probably
2, maybe.
3. I was gonna be nice to say somewhere between 3 and 5, but I really don't think it's that high. Rich got a big dome piece too. What's going on, Trevor? Glad to have you guys hanging out with us. I'm gonna let you guys decide if we're doing a second one. We can jump into a $3. We could try to fill $100 and just get freaky with it. Whatever y'all want to do, or we can cut out early and we can stream something this weekend. I'm gonna let you guys call it. I'm in 150 and 150 mode. I've started to build our stuff out for Showdown. I'll have that out fairly quickly, probably by the end of this week. I have a bunch of stuff out for the Seahawks and Patriots, which is the first Wednesday game this year. So don't be that guy that forgets we got a game on Wednesday. So I have a bunch of stuff out for that. I got to update my projections for week 1 with some of the new camp news and this, that, and the other. So hopping and popping for the DFS scene. If you're playing on DraftKings, check us out over at breakingboardsdfs.com. And then also if you want to draft, or if you're going to get any more drafts in for Best Ball, you see the tool on the screen, the solver BB26 gets you 20% off. Again, I promote them because I use them. I'm not about getting people out here trying to sell you guys some shit that I'm not using. I used the solver for years before I ever talked to anybody from the solver. So I know there's the sidekick out there. I'm just saying, get you something. Draft alongside something. Don't just get out here raw, butt ass naked in the drafting streets, or you will be taken advantage of.
Everything you said is correct.
Well, that's typically, yeah. Round 7 real quick. We got Jalen Hurts. I took Jadarian Price, DK Metcalf, T-Law, Dak in a box, Alec Pierce, Caleb, Quentin Johnston, Tucker Kraft late, Chris Godwin, Josh Downs, Tony Pollard. Round 8, Rico, Jaden Reed, Cortland Sutton, Michael Wilson, Herbert, Stafford, Pittman Jr., Pitts, and Harvey. And then I am up next. I don't like getting a guy who was going far down the board early, but a double stack with Jaden kind of feels sexual.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I think my next pick, given how QBs are starting to fly, is predominantly going to be made for me here. I think we're going to reach. I really want to go Addison here. I think we all know how I feel about Addison. How many receivers do I have? 3? 4. If I had 3 receivers, I would go Addison. I'm going to hope and dream that I can get something falling back. I'm not a big Mekhi Lemon guy, so we'll go with Jackson Dart. A little bit above ADP, and that go ahead and get me pretty much done at QB, and I can use an extra position on the wide receiver position if need be. I don't think I need anywhere past Jaden and past Dart. Are we able to do another 3 after? We can for sure. If you can schedule that 250 contest draft.
I like that.
Yeah. Not this coming Monday, but the fall. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we just schedule it on the YouTube channel, and that way we're all in a loop. And then anybody who wants to sees it that it's scheduled and is able to come in with us. Yeah,
I like what you did there with you can seize it in multiple ways. Probably schedule it for a start time of around 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm not sure what time frame you're on. Probably have me a couple of drinks in that one, and just Trevor's kind of vibe Eastern, and hang out.
Because he's in Maine, him and Rich both, so they're on Eastern time.
That's the worst thing for me, Rich, about being in a yearly league is because my brother plays alongside us, and then like so many guys in our 12-person league, I feel like I'm drafting 4 or 5 different teams. So they'll ask me, who would you take here? And I'm never not. It's hard for me not to be honest. So I usually feed those guys my own picks and then end up chasing other guys up the board, which on ESPN's kind of a joke when it comes to their ADPs and stuff anyways. But I hope we're looking good. I'm trying to think of anybody that I feel worried about, I guess, this season. I guess Josh Allen could kill me. but as high as he's going, then he would just be essentially playing to what we thought anyways. And awkwardly enough, I'm going to have 0 in the $25 on DraftKings, but in the $15 on Drafters, I've done 12. I have 4 Josh Allens at pick 40. So if you want your Allen shares, head over to Drafters and check them out.
I need to get over there on Drafters for sure. They've been bugging me about coming over. So
sweet. Yeah, it works out for Trevor. Yeah, we'll schedule it for not this coming Monday. I don't have a clue what the date will be, but the one after that.
7. I'm not even trying to do math. 23rd, maybe.
So I have a question about monument companies because my wife's been trying to teach me about Maine stuff because I'm not a Mainer. But what I have heard is during the winter, if someone passes away, the ground is so frozen they can't impact it to dig a grave. So I think they essentially store the body, and then when the ground thaws, they bury the person. I don't know if that has anything to do with what he's talking about with monuments, but when he said cemeteries, I assume there's probably like a little bit of like a shrine or a headstone or something like that. But I think that there's only like so many months out of the year in Maine that you can bury someone. It was kind of the same thing in Louisiana with hurricane seasons, and the bodies would reappear.
Yeah, definitely different trajectories on either side. One, you can't get into the ground. The other one, the ground will come up because of being below sea level. So
we back, baby. See, round 9. I think I ran through round 8, right? Yeah, well, Rico. Round 9, Chuba. I took Jackson Dart a little above ADP for the stack. Kenny Gainwell, Purdy, likely Nix Fannin, Jordan Addison, Matthew Golden, Mekhi Lemon, Jordan Love, Jacoby Myers, Pat Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Dobbins, Kincaid, Wandell, Higgins, way early, Samuel, Baker, Bill Krosky, Merritt, and it is on me coming up next. I said I was going to be done at QB, but look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Look who's just hanging.
There he is.
So we've maxed out running back. We've maxed out quarterback. Going to be going receiver here, hopefully, or a tight end. Let's see, what pick are we on? 120? 121. I'm a little torn here between taking a guy like Kittle with everyone else in San Francisco dying versus a guy like Coker. I think there's some late wide receivers I like. I do like Jalen Coker this year. We're going to get a little Kittle going here. I do like me some George Kittle. And I saw a video of him today where he's looking pretty spry for a 34-year-old man with no Achilles.
Yeah, he'll be good to go when it's time.
Yeah, I feel the same way, Rich. I think that, normally I've tried to slow myself down to draft later in the draft season, but with the draft itself, the NFL draft being kind of weak, and there hasn't been a lot of news. I mean, the Pearsall thing happened, but I wasn't really a Pearsall guy anyways. I was higher on Addison and Golden and all the guys at the Downs that were going in that range. So I kind of missed falling into the Pearsall trap. I never really thought, I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about it, I never really thought that Brazel was going to be anything because I think that Carolina's a lot like Houston where we're going to play a lot of receivers that are going to get annoying. Like Nico's going to play a ton. Higgins is going to play a ton. Xavier Hutchinson, you're going to see him more than you want. And the same thing with, with Dell and with Noel. I think you'll see the same thing. If Brazel was healthy, you would have seen Ted McMillan and Coker and Brazel and Leggett and Horn and all these guys. And so I've been pretty lucky so far at missing the guys that have gone down. The Burden thing did scare me a little bit when I thought Burden was going to be out like long term. I know a groin issue is not fun. I assume that he, crawls back to somewhat normal by like week 3, week 4. Mike says that Trevor's putting these boys to work, getting a draft schedule. Okay, yeah. Store the bodies in vaults and then bury them whenever the ground comes back, I guess, in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't work during the winter. So it's kind of like your schedule a little bit, where you get 3-4 months off in a year.
Oh.
He actually has to do manual labor, though. I don't know if you've partook in that.
If we did,
that's what the
labor,
deposition said, Mike. That's what the deposition said.
Let's see. Get that. Boom, boom.
I'm going to go back to the well here. Has anybody tried these? No, we're not sponsored by them. I asked the guys yesterday.
Blur it out.
It's supposed to be like a protein shake, but it's supposed to have sprinkles in it. And I want my damn sprinkles. And every one of these I've drank, you get one sprinkle because all the rest of them are just stuck to the bottom of this little container.
It's probably like a solid square of confectionate candy down at the bottom where you can't get it
to go. You can shake it like a salt shaker. You can beat this thing against the table. Nothing.
Do you scoop it out after you drink it? Like open it all the way up and get the sprinkles out?
No, I'm not about that life. That's a lot of work.
Too much work, yeah. Manual labor, yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, that's never good.
See, my perverted mind went to a bunch of different places there.
Oh,
with roots and holes. I mean, it was just, I'm like a 5-year-old. I don't need running backs. I appreciate you guys leaving me the running backs. I don't need quarterbacks. I think Kittle has week 8, right? Damn.
Yep, he does.
Oh, damn. I mean, I would go Chris Rodriguez here 400% of the time, but I just don't need an RB. I mean, I kind of do. Kind of don't. 54, 146. I got the whole. I'm gonna go ahead and lean into that game, I guess, and just hope that game goes off in week 17. I'm gonna need some receivers at some point.
Who's the one at a QB disadvantage? Me and the guy beside me.
They're going ham on some damn. Me and the other guy got QB stacked up, but you guys are going ham on some receivers. You have 6 running backs?
Yeah, I'm done. Running back.
I've tried the. I just now got into them, honestly, because I don't eat enough protein just in general, so I had to supplement. I just got into these, and then I started drinking the Jocko milk. It's like these actually taste good. I don't think there's a ton of sugar in here either. $30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar. So like it's not, but they actually taste good. Versus the Jocko milk kind of leaves like a powdery taste in your mouth. So I wasn't a real big fan of that. Any new news on Ty Johnson?
Why, yes, Rich, there is news on Ty Johnson. I have heard today that yesterday he was on the sidelines with a knee sleeve, just chilling over there on the sidelines, standing though. So it's not a season-ending injury like I suspected. It would be fine, and he'll be playing sometime this season.
I mean, how do you know from a knee sleeve? Maybe he's just now had the imaging, and we just don't know how bad it is yet.
He would already have surgery if it's something that needs to be repaired immediately or needs time for a year to heal. He's fine.
Well, it's not how it works.
Yeah.
If he had swelling in the knee, they couldn't go in and do the surgery.
I really don't want the negativity, Randy. It's all good.
I know, but that's why I'm feeding it up there to you. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on with Ty Johnson. I have 0%. I don't give a shit. Unless me and you were both in the final and he puts up 68 points, like Rich said, or whatever it was, 56 points, and takes it down, which I just expect my little 10% on the side. The coffee ones. I've been doing a lot of. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I've been doing a lot of, like, if we go out to brunch, I'll get like an espresso martini or something along those lines. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see. What was question number 2 here for you, Adam? Josh Jacobs. Starting to worry me a little bit because I don't know. Josh Jacobs, to me, strikes me as one of those players that if he's in, he's all the way in. If he's out, he's halfway in. So it just feels like it's one of those seasons where you're going to see some Josh Jacobs, but it feels like when we need Josh Jacobs is going to be taking care of Josh Jacobs. That makes sense?
It does, and Josh Jacobs for his career has been more of the in, which is halfway in, or however you worded it. Yeah, I'm perplexed, confused, not overly worried about myself because my shares are kind of low still on him. I'll double check and make sure I'm accurate with that. I was, from the beginning of the season in early summer, I was all about him going to jail, and so I stayed away from him and had him way down my list. And then I brought him back up because I felt like justice was not going to happen, no jail time, and we were going to just have him do whatever, which is fine, I guess. But I have 13% of him though, which is higher than I would prefer. But again, if he goes off and does things and is all in, and you're going to want to have some of him. I think I need more Marshawn Lloyd though, as Rich would say, for sure.
I've heard a report today that Jawan Jennings is like a top 5 camp guy from Minnesota. I know we got the report that Kyler was going to start, which again, we were right on that whenever there was the JJ McCarthy talk, and we were like, hey, slow down. Don't be drafting JJ. Like, we're going to be all right. It's going to be Kyler. Yeah, we did see that. We were talking about it before the show. I don't think we have enough information yet. I tend to think it could be soft tissue, nothing major, but it could be Puka just playing the cards that he has in his hand currently. Puka's got a lot of leverage right now to get this team to pay him a massive contract. So it could be a play for him to get a contract done and then get back on the field. Rich is going to hop into the $3 draft that we're going to do next.
Okay.
Do we think that the Vikings re-sign Addison if he wants $30 million a year? You're the Vikings guy. What do you think?
Yeah, depends on how he does this year. I do believe we will get him re-signed. Let me make this pick real quick before I elaborate more on that. But
let it take Pearsall. Get you a little bit.
Pearsall's not ranked high enough on mine to do that. I haven't eliminated him, but he is 252, so I can't get to him on an auto draft.
He's out.
He is out. Real quick but yeah, I don't see a reason why we wouldn't sign Addison back if he has I wouldn't even say a Pro Bowl year. I mean, if he just has a standard wide receiver 2 Jordan Addison year, then we will $30 million. We'll take care of him.
Okay, somebody's going to have to feed me this information. All right, this Matt Miller guy with ESPN. I don't know the whole situation. I don't follow it. I don't either. I don't give a shit about Matt Miller from ESPN. What I heard was, what I saw was a driver driving recklessly in Matt Miller who crossed the center line, hit a vehicle head on, ended up having to have one of his arms amputated, and started a GoFundMe for himself. But something was going on with the wreck, whether he was intoxicated or he was on his phone, something. I can't remember exactly what the details were, but something went on. But he just got charged with a misdemeanor only. I'm not sure if the other driver was harmed in that, but I mean, it looked pretty rough. I mean, he had to be going from my vision, 80, 85 on a 2-lane road. Struck another vehicle cross center line. Struck another vehicle head on.
From what I gather, Randy, it's not about the crash. It's about the GoFundMe and him being a very bad person when it comes to asking for money and having like these fantasy leagues he ran that he never paid out on.
Oh, what
So
a bitch.
he's
No, it's
withheld
way
money.
worse.
He's withheld money
car
from people
wreck-
for a while, and
The
it all
car
came
wreck's
to
bullshit, but we've all had those commissioners that never been paid.
and
Now
it
we got to
all
beat
came
his
to
ass.
it all came to light. So yeah, the car wreck was just something that, like, when he did the GoFundMe, they're like, oh, this guy wants money. Well, he still hadn't paid us back yet. So that's why it got a little bit. And I didn't dive deeper into that. That's just what the surface was. So
it's hard.
the charge
not
on
to
a
go
car
jail and
wreck,
call
not
him
a big
away.
deal.
Yeah, I mean, a
Yeah.
misdemeanor. I thought he was going to get like, I mean, look where I got. I got Pearsall at 241 because he's literally out of my player queue.
Yeah. No, that
You guys are
wasn't
gonna make me go
the issue.
receiver late. I mean, the issue definitely sounds like he's a dickhead.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if they do resign him, do you also think they keep Jefferson? I'm not big on paying. I don't.
That's the
I don't
thing.
know how you would.
I don't think we can keep Jefferson, but I think we must trade him in order to get, we can't just let him walk. We have to get something
Have
back
like
in return.
a Shohei type situation.
Yeah, he can't be walking on us. So if we're playoff contention, playoff bound this year, I don't know where I'm going. Oh yeah, I do. Sorry. Playoff contention, playoff bound this year, then we'll figure out something in the offseason. But if we are not and something happens, Jefferson's gone before the trade deadline. You heard it here. I'll timestamp it, whatever you got to do. Jefferson will be gone before trade deadline if we are out of contention for a playoff spot.
Could you imagine like the Rams making a push, giving you guys like Devontae and all their ones because they don't give a shit about draft picks?
Well, they don't have. I don't think they have enough draft picks to give us right now because they're out of them.
So. I think they're back. I think they got them back because they just took Simpson. So I think they have some picks back. I think they just now got back on the clock. Now, seeing how they pick in round one, I don't blame them for trying to get rid of it. Allegedly, don't let them sue you. Allegedly, that motherfucker needs to pay those boys their money for those fantasy leagues.
Yeah, well, again, you're right, Mike. Allegedly, but I mean,
allegedly, I want the smoke. Pay them boys their money. Of course, via trade, I was just wondering if you thought it would be possible for them to. I don't think you can. I mean, look what happened to Cincinnati. I mean, they're paying Burrow a ton. They're paying Higgins a ton. They're paying – there goes Pearsall. They're paying Chase a ton. That's kind of why they've gotten lucky that Chase Brown has stayed as healthy as he has. But, I mean, that defense in Cincinnati is straight trash on them. I think they'll be better this year, a little bit better with Sexy Dexy. Shout out Clemson. But that defense is rough. Another Clemson guy went down today. Got carted off and looks like maybe torn ACL for Nate Wiggins in Baltimore. Another reason to draft. Like the pass catchers in that division are in some pretty good spots because all those pass defenses below. In Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cincy, Cleveland. A couple of decent corners like Denzel Ward. But I think is Minka Fitzpatrick still with Pittsburgh?
I believe so. Or is he back with Miami? I can't remember.
I think he's back with Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
This Jacoby Lane thing has me wanting to take more Elijah Surratt.
It does, doesn't it?
It feels like a camp okie doke. That's what it feels like to me.
Yep.
I need to queue up some receiver. Oh, baby doll. Let him fall to me. This will be one time I'm going to go ahead and give y'all the inside shot at Justice Hill because I don't need him. But it's going to be an insta snap on Ted Hurst. Theo Johnson. Baby doll. Snap call. As soon as I can get up there.
Wait, was that on your side of the board and stuff? Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And I would take Justice Hill because nobody's taking him in this draft, but I don't need, with the Jonah Coleman situation, I don't need another running back. I think we gotta go Malachi Fields there just because it's stacking scenario. And then my last pick will be another receiver. And we will get ready for the $3 on DK. If anybody wants to hop in with Rich and Trevor and Adam and myself. I would imagine that they trade one or the other, especially if they fall out of it. I don't think you can pay two receivers
No.
$30 million. Trade Devin Witherspoon and a first for Jefferson. I know the Seahawks are really liking Jackson Smith. I really don't want Jefferson to go to a team like the Seahawks just because I don't think they'll use him correctly. And I think that the way that they build their team, they're more looking at, beefing up the defense and having a strong run game versus getting another top-notch receiver. I think JSN's fine there.
I said
no structural damage on Nate Wiggins.
I said 6 running backs, but you leave me Justice Hill at 224, guys. I can't pass that up.
Me too, Brent. Me too. I don't have a lot of Surratt, but I got more than I do of Jacoby Lane. I think they're just different receivers. I think that we'll see more. If we were on underdog, I'd be more excited about Jacoby Lane. If we were on DK, I'd be more excited about Surratt. What's up, Bayou? We're about to hop into a $3 on DK after this next round. If anybody wants to hop in with us, so if you want to get in there, hang out with us. Could Keaton Mitchell's be this year's Raheem Mostert? Daniel specifically wanted him and loves 2 RBs, and Mitchell 6+ yards per carry. Speed Sim's a perfect fit for the system. I don't think that he can be the first-year Miami Raheem Mostert just because both those guys played out of their minds. But I will say that I'm higher than the field on Keaton Mitchell in PPR standpoints. I hope that the Chargers use Keaton Mitchell in more of a pass-catching role than what we saw in Baltimore. But when Keaton Mitchell was right, there was a reason why there was wanted posters up and about to go get that guy because he had some speed that was as an elusive ability that was off the charts. About to get off work and saw you live. Wanted to say, hey, before I head home, hey, be safe out there, man.
Appreciate it.
Drive safe, and we'll catch you in the next one. We'll probably do some more streams this weekend. You want to get 100 in this weekend, or try to?
Yeah, absolutely.
And just try to get those started because I assume it's going to take a minute for those to fill.
It will, for sure.
I think I'm going to end up being in for like 6K by the time we do the 250s and the 100s. So I don't know if I'm going to end up maxing out. Unless Drafters throws me a little, hey, hi, how you doing type situation, I think 6K is probably good.
And the comment a couple ago about Keaton Mitchell and why are we not fading Hampton? Well,
yeah.
If you're this guy, you are. I got 4% of Hampton, so we are fading Hampton. We've been talking about not having him ranked as high as the ADP allows to. We want some shares of him, but we don't feel like that. Like we talked yesterday, actually, with Vidal and Keaton Mitchell, that backfield's going to be a committee for sure.
I think that I think it's going to be a three-headed monster. I just like everybody in that range more than I liked the prospects on Hampton. It's not that I disliked Hampton. It's just that when you had King Henry and Saquon and Kenneth Walker and Genty and Chase Brown and all those guys that are going in that range all offseason, it's been hard for me to get to.
mean,
I have less
got more
than
What? Would
I
you
have
say
2%.
2%? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I got more Ty Johnson than Amari Hampton. I got more Ray Davis than Amari Hampton. Let's just go over that.
This is another guy that has plummeted down boards.
Who'd that be?
I never understood the big hype on Jeremy Bernard earlier in the offseason, but when I can get him as the last pick now and get some ADP value on you guys that were taking him in the 160s.
So when everybody started getting to that picture about where he went to, and I was one of them, who did he go with on that trip out west with? Jeremy Bernard was not one of them.
Freiermuth.
He was not. No, I know.
Skoranek.
He was.
I think
Skoranek, Freiermuth, Pittman, DK, and
Darnell.
No. Yeah, Darnell was one.
You know if Darnell wasn't his big ass was in the picture.
No, it wasn't Darnell. It was Wilson.
Roman Wilson.
And then I hopped on the Roman Wilson last pick train, and I am still on that trying to recover that because everything I got Jeremy Bernard early on the summer, I realized it's probably going to go now to Roman Wilson. So I need to get back some Roman so I can actually,
I factor in a little bit of Aaron Rodgers doesn't make it all season. And if we see like Drew Aller or somebody get a chance, then maybe there's a chance that late Jeremy Bernard can pay off. 100 has a pretty good chance of filling right before the preseason games. Yeah, I tend to think that people get excited when there's some football on the television, which I just had to call the cable company and put all my NFL stuff back on. I don't pay for that junk when it's not the NFL season. Recap our teams real quick, and then we'll hop into the $3. Adam, Amon-Ra, Genty, Kyron, Javonte, all the Williams. Devontae, Trevion, Quentin Johnston, Herbert Stack, Addison, Wandale, Rashad White, Keaton Missile, Brenton Strange, Aronde Gaston, Zachariah Branch, Gunnar Helm, Tua spit on that thing, Darnell Mooney, Justice Hill, around about where I got all my Justice Hill, and Devon Vele. I'm gonna give you a B-.
Yeah, I'll give myself a B on that one. I didn't stretch, didn't reach. Took what it gave me, and before you read off yours, Randy, just real quick, back Jeremy Bernard. I haven't drafted him in 2 weeks. He's still my number one receiver at 24%. So Roman Wilson's at 9% now. So yeah, and I know. So it'll eventually wash itself out. He won't be because I'm done drafting him. I've got all the shares I want of him. Randy, go right ahead.
I think he washed out to begin with. I got more Pittman and Metcalf and Freiermuth. I think my highest on Steeler is Freiermuth. Bijan, Malik Neighbors, Chris Olave, Travis Etienne, Terry McLaurin, Jaden Daniels, Jadarian Price, Steph Diggs for the double, Dart with Neighbors, Shuck with Olave, and then I got Kittle, Juwan Johnson, and Kamara for the triple. Juwan Jennings, who's getting some camp love right now. Jaden Blue, who typically doesn't fall to 170. Y'all give me a steal on Jonah Coleman, 30 picks past ADP. Got a little K-Dot, which I always get to with K-Dot and Justice Hill. Ted Thirst, there at 215. Malachi Fields for the double. And a little Germ to close it out at 239. I'd say it's a solid B.
Yeah, I'll give you a B+, close to A- on that one. The stacks are nice. So, and the falling value was great too.
So nice I had to do it thrice. 3 times. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get over to the $3 screen, and if everybody can let me know when you are there, I'll do our little countdown, and hopefully we can all get into the same draft if my computer will load. We do have some storms overhead right now, so we'll see. And again, if you max out the 25, DK hits you instantaneously with your bonus. And we're going to be in the $3, the 500K play action 20 max.
I think the other one's gone now. I think the other one's already been maxed, so nobody can get in that one.
All right. Rich says he's ready. Trevor, hopefully you're ready. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. B2 of 12.
8 of 12. We got to go. I'm going to go. Yeah.
Damn, that was quick.
We don't have time.
Shut your mouth.
What did you do? Who did you pay off?
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Hopefully Trevor got in there.
I don't know. That was quick.
That was very quick. I don't even see Rich in there.
I told you it was quick. They're not in here.
Damn.
We all own a $3. With people I don't know. Nothing we can do about it unless we go. Well, hey.
Rich pulled the okie doke. He said he already mastered. That's some shit I would do. We'll jump in, but I have to drive my son to practice. Yeah. Hey, be careful, man, and good luck to your son.
Yeah. Football season in full swing.
Now I see why Randy's voice has been scratchy after back-to-back front picks. Hey, you gotta get in there and put the work in. Got my knee pads in the mail from Amazon.
Did you really have to do it for a $3 one? I mean,
shit, I'll take what I can get at this point. I don't think I've drafted in the one spot in a long time.
We got to remember, too, we're in the $3 streets, so this could get very interesting. It could be very pedestrian at the same time. We don't know. So.
I mean, I won't know because it'll have to fall all the way to me.
Yes. Yeah, you won't know.
I actually prefer the middle of the draft in threes. I saw a couple of guys return to practice today with Josh Downs, with Jalen McMillan, with Zay Flowers. I had a couple of those guys on the board here. Another guy I was going to ask you about is that report on Adonai Mitchell that said, and I quote, he's made a sizable jump. Like, what in the ever-loving does that even mean? I don't expect any jump from Adonai Mitchell. I expect Adonai Mitchell to be Adonai Mitchell and be, like, fine as a late-round flyer, but you're probably looking at a guy that's going to be more Darius Slayton from the last couple of years-ish. I don't know why this – I expect this coaching staff to be fired midseason.
He plays for the Jets, right?
I mean, plays is a strong word. He runs routes on the New York Jets, yes.
That's the only answer you really need. And he's like their third or fourth weapon.
If you're ranking coaches, 1 to 32 of coaches that you have the least amount of confidence in, Aaron Glenn's got to be in the 30s, right?
Yeah.
I mean, as a head coach, he's got to be 30, 31, or 32.
He's probably, I think he's 33.
Jeff Hafley, he's got to be down there. I don't think he'll last a year.
Yeah.
There's some guys down there that I'm just like, I don't want anything to do with a lot of those spots. I don't have a lot of Jets. I don't have a lot of Dolphins. The Dolphin I do have is the one that just got a massive contract. But, yeah. I try to – it's kind of like Josh was talking about on his show with Hayden a couple of days ago where it was just draft good players on good teams. Josh Norris. I'm kind of that same thought process where I try to get good players on good teams. Like I have a lot of Detroit guys this year. Like I'm high on Detroit, high on Cincy with Chase and Higgins and Brown. And so it's just I just try to avoid spots where I can stick my own foot in the bear trap.
Yep, absolutely.
Hey, dude, I'm just as shocked as you are. But honestly, in a $3, I kind of want to be in the middle because I do think there's going to be some stuff like Ashton Genty going off at the 1.7 that I could take advantage of if I was at the 1.8 or something like that. But, here we are. Damn. He was two people late. Guy who drafts 3 QBs in the first 8 rounds, it could get wild in here because of others. Was that me? Did I take Shuck in the 8th round last draft?
No, he was. No, Mike's talking about me.
No. I know. I'm just saying
wild. Yeah.
Right. I understand that. I'm saying that I think I might have fallen into that trap. I have to go back and look. I either got Shuck in the 8th or the 9th.
I don't
because he
know,
was
but you
just
don't.
sitting there.
Yeah.
Because I had Jaden and I had Dart. No, I took Dart in the 8th. I think I might have got Shook in like the 10th or 11th. Now that I'm thinking about it. Man, it got green right there, didn't it? Boom,
It did.
boom, boom, boom,
You know,
boom.
not mad about it. Not mad about it at all.
Let's see. Anything too crazy in round 1? Genty at the 1-7 is weird. Puka going after JSN. I assume people are a little bit worried about him leaving practice. I think you're probably much to do about nothing. Taylor at the 6, a little weird. CMC at the 10, a little weird. Even though that's where I had him ranked earlier this offseason. Amra at the 8th is some pretty good value. And yes, I hit it on your Jonathan Taylor at the 6.
No, I understand that, but I don't get any Jonathan Taylor, and I thought a $3 one would be a good time to do that. So.
Yeah, I mean he's in that range. It's just not where I have him ranked. Nothing too crazy. I'm glad that guy went Pickens. I can double tap these boys right here and keep it moving. Round 2, first half of it was quite literally the running back stable, and the second half was the wide receiver stable that we're getting in this range now. With Barkley, A-Chain, Brown, Walker, Hampton, Henry up top, and then Brown, London, Neighbors, Pickens, Rice at the bottom, and then you mix in a little Brock Bowers for some funsies. The guy in the 2 is essentially had the same draft I had last draft, except for I threw Neighbors in the middle instead of Pickens.
Yeah, we got a double tight end right there with 3 pick. Let's see what I go right here.
I'm going to shout out another company. I know we're getting ready to go into DFS season. 1 week season, JM to Win is a good site channel to keep an eye on for DFS stuff. I do like the way he approaches it. That's kind of the similar way that I approach things. I like to view DFS as like each week's its own individual puzzle. Each slate's its own individual puzzle. So that's the way I look at Showdown and that kind of stuff. So I do like their stuff quite a bit at 1 week season. So shout out to them. They do put out some good content. I will say one of their guys, I'm going to go ahead and apologize to Zandamir. I saw he joined a ton of my underdog best ball baseball drafts, and God bless him, but it's just been BTA the entire baseball season. It's just been belt ass. Every one of those drafts that we're in together, which I think we're probably in like 40 because we just did them back to back to back to back to back. Everyone, it's just I just beat the brakes off of them this year. Not to say I'm a better player in baseball, but this year I got him this year. I don't know if you guys can hear the storm over my head right now, but crack of lightning, large roll of thunder. Guy gives it the 3. Land the plane, man. Land the plane.
Wow.
That's a hell of a start. You could get that back in May, like Rich and I were talking about earlier. You could, even Rich is jumping in. Don't screw it up. Yeah, that's you could get that in May. You could get a little Gibbs at the 3. I think I have some 4 Gibbs, maybe a 5 every once in a while. But if you've been following us, when Bijan was the 1, we were pretty high on Gibbs, and I think I ended up with like 14% Gibbs because of that. And then now that Bijan started to fall, I somehow got my Bijan bags up to 8%. So I ended up with the field on Bijan and higher on Gibbs. The only 2 players in round 1 I'm not even with the field on is CMC and Jonathan Taylor. So if those 2 guys have a big year, I'm probably toast. If those 2 guys do what I think they're going to do, I'm probably in a good spot.
Kyron Williams at 43. Yeah. And
Where does gas station sushi?
No, I don't eat gas station sushi, but it's kind of the same thing if you eat it from Kroger, I guess, maybe. But
well, I'm just wondering where it stands as far as like, is that better or worse than pantry salmon?
Well, sushi needs to be
Please let this
refrigerated.
happen. Please let this happen.
Sushi needs to be
One time.
refrigerated, so probably worse.
I would like to use my one time. Go off the board, Victory. Come on, big dog. Let me get this double tap of Chicago here with Gibbs at the 1. You sum
No,
of it up. Ah,
no,
damn it.
Mike. It will be my stomach, and after we get off the stream though, because I'll be eating 3-day-old leftover pizza. So,
Bunch of nasty ass.
which is refrigerated, so it's good.
We're gonna go. We'll go JMO here.
But
Put him
my
up just a
stomach
couple
won't
of
care
spots.
about that.
Man, I really wanted that Loveland and Burden. Nobody gives a shit about your stomach. We're talking about Loveland and Burden that I didn't get. I'm torn up over here.
Randy,
Could use a hug.
it's okay.
What?
You're good.
It's
You're
not
good.
okay.
It's all
Could have
good.
had it. Could have had the nuts.
I mean, Bird and Loveland down there, though, double stacking. I mean, you can't hardly get them together
Beautiful.
anyway, and get them all the way down
That's what
there
I'm
would be
saying.
crazy. Yeah.
First 3 picks: Gibbs, Henry, and Collins. You're gonna have to get
Okay.
some receivers in that room quick, but man, that's a hell of a hero running back start.
I can definitely get around that.
Oof.
Oh.
Oof.
Ooh.
I think we might have dated some of the same women. One thing I will say, I'm going to hate on Maine a little bit. And I know we got a lot of Maine guys in here, and this ain't really toward them. It's just toward. So we were up there a couple years ago. It's hard unless you get seafood or you eat at somebody's house. Like if you eat at somebody's house, the food is fine. But if you go eat like, if you go to eat like a Mexican restaurant, it's like Tammy serving you, if you know what I'm saying. Like they ain't putting no seasoning on anything ever. Like when the wife's dad came down and he had some Tony Chachere's for the first time, it was just like very bland restaurants. But I will say that their pubs, the food in their pubs is exponentially better than if you go to a pub down south. So it's kind of a catch-22. The place that you would normally go to eat isn't great at restaurants, most of them. And then like everywhere up there has some level of food. So we stopped at, I don't even know what town we were in. And I was starving because, I mean, we drove 24 hours to get up there. And then by the time we got there, I was like, I need something. So it was like Subway or gas station pizza. And my wife was like, oh, I've had this pizza before. It's not bad. That shit was like, I would rather take a bite out of this desk that's in front of me than eat that pizza.
You gonna leave me Bucky all the way down here?
No, I'm not. I'd like to have one of these running backs. If you leave them the hell alone, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather be in the middle.
They keep
these $3.
throwing this up here for me, and I have to take him. I mean, I can't. No, you can go somewhere else. No, not happening.
I'm still pissed about Colston Loveland.
The guy in the 2 was not very cordial with you. My apologies.
Let's see. Let's flip back over here. Well, he just got screwed on Jaden, so turnabout's fair play. Ooh, leave me Jordan Tyson.
No, he won't because he's got Olave, so he's gonna get Tyson thinking he can get the triple with Shuck.
You son of a every frickin' thing. 4 receivers. We're going Warren. And we got Caleb DeBurden. I mean, if I could get this 2 guy up out of here, I'd have a hell of a draft going with. If I had Gibbs, Rice, Nico, Burden, Loveland, Tyson, Caleb.
Call your rep, kick him out.
My DraftKings rep does not. What is the deal with this? Why does nobody from Maine eat seafood? My wife doesn't eat it either. She said that something about her granddad owned I'm not gonna fuck this up, but lobsterman owned his own lobster boat, and she won't eat anything. Like, I love seafood. Love. You give me some crab meat, I can tear up a good 10 pounds of crab meat solo. Is it the yeah, I kind of am too, Trevor, to be honest with you. I think Adam would agree with that I'm a picky eater.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Is it see, I don't like lobster rolls, and that's a big thing in her town in Maine, is they have this little cart where you can go. Like, I've never really understood the concept of a lobster roll. I don't think they're using mayonnaise in a mayonnaise. What is going on in this round with the red?
Yeah, I jumped on it because it felt really, really sketchy. So
Yeah, I can't do lobster rolls. I love lobster with some butter and a fork, but don't throw that shit on a hot dog bun and give me mayonnaise. It depends on the fish. If the fish is cooked well, I'm in. But I got to be like, I got to see somebody making it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very particular on pork and on seafood. Like, I pretty much make those two things myself.
I'm totally the opposite. The fish doesn't need to be cooked for me. I need it. I need it raw. I need it like sushi. I need it sushi. I don't need cooked
Ugh.
fish. I'm not very big on that. So
Ugh. Uncooked fish?
that's sushi, man. Sushi is uncooked
Straight
fish.
out the pantry.
Yes. Straight. No, it's straight out of the sea. Hopefully, because if it's out of the pantry, it's not been refrigerated, and then therefore it's not good.
A good tuna salad sandwich is amazing. But again, it's got to be made right. We just had a new restaurant open down here. So I think I've told this before on the stream. So a couple of years ago, I don't know, a long time ago, I had an injury happen to me where my body developed something called dysautonomia. So my body doesn't tolerate temperature changes, pressure changes. So like when there's a big storm like this outside, I get like a huge migraine, all kind of crazy shit. But in that, I have to eat 3 times the amount of salt as the normal person. We went to this bakery. It's been like a month ago now, and it's like a homemade thing, mom and pop type situation. I ordered a biscuit that had so much effing salt on it, like I couldn't even handle it, and I'm huge on salt. It is already out already, my friend. I will put up the QR code if you want to scan it. Go over to breakingboardsdfs.com. Go to our analysis tab, and all the articles that you see on the NFL DFS, if you click into that, all of our free stuff, example stuff for week 1 is already out over there. It will be updated for the premium subscribers as we get closer to the season, but as of right now, it's all free so that you guys can get a hang of what we're going to be putting out closer to the season. And when I say premium stuff, I don't mean we're trying to take your arm and a leg. I think I broke this down a couple days ago on the stream. We're going to charge you guys about 50 cents per article. So really retirement type money that we're going to be charging you guys. I think it came out to like 35 or 40 bucks a month. I can't remember exactly what it was, but cheapest in the industry, I would imagine. Industry, I would imagine. I'm a little torn here. I'm gonna go Pitts. It's gonna be difficult for me to not go with Mahomes here. Is this pick 98? 97. I'm not big Makai Lemon. I don't need Fana and Chuba. QBs are flying off the board anyway, so
They really are. It's just
little Caleb and Mahomes action at QB. I will say that for week 1, I'm not going to be able to remember all this off the top of my head, but we have a bunch of articles coming out. We have a contributor top plays article where each one of us are going to give our top 5 guys per position. So that one's pretty easy to read, pretty quick to read. That way, if you bust onto the scene last minute, you need to make some decisions, you'll have kind of a quick chart there. We're going to do the same thing, but value based. So points per dollar type plays. I put out a DVP article every week that kind of highlights spots that we can take advantage of, but I give you the DVP for every game. So every game I'll give you defense versus position for every position on the field. We're going to have a game environment article where I'm going to give you a lot of the DVP stuff again, but this time mixed in with like how the sports book is playing it. So kind of hard to explain that one unless I show you guys that one. I'm going to give my full DFS projections sheet, which every player on the slate has a projection, an ownership projection. One thing that I'll kind of talk about once I start doing my showdown stuff too is there's going to be a lot of people that are going to build, or if you buy content within the realm of a few companies that are out there, right? I'm not going to shout out any names or talk down about them because obviously those people put out great content. But I think a lot of people are more focused on building their DFS lineups based on 50% outcomes or median outcomes, whereas I give you what I called P50, P75, P90, and then that works together, give us a composite GPP score. So I build all my lineups because I play all my stuff in GPPs tournaments. So I build all my lineups more toward higher end outcomes. Favorite QB wide receiver stack. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you on the sub thing. I think if we're not considering ownership, obviously this will get more honed in as we get closer to week 1. But if you ask me to pick one off the top of my head, I would go with a Goff double and bring it back on the other side with either A-Chain or Jordan Tyson. So I'd be fine with Goff, J-Mo, Amon-Ra. I'd be fine with Goff, Laporta, Amon-Ra, although I'd be a little bit down on Laporta coming back off the injury, but I think he's fine. I would be fine with Goff, Gibbs, Amon-Ra, Goff, Gibbs, J-Mo. So, like, I'm really leaning into that game. But I do think it'll be very popular as we get close to week 1. So it'll be finding ways to get different. Yeah, I'm going to have plenty of both sides of it because I like the entirety of the game.
Yeah, my stack would be Shuck, Olave, and Tyson, and then running back with Gibbs.
How many running backs do I have? 2. I'm going to go with a little Rashad White action. And then, just like Mike talked about earlier, will be a Cookhead. I don't think I need to go a third QB, although I think it would have been fine right there, but I don't think I need it. Not yet.
The way they've been coming off the board, though, is just weird.
I think you could also get a Cincinnati stack going if you wanted to go like Burrow, Brown, Chase, Burrow, Chase, Gesicki, something like that. It's another good game in week 1 with Tampa Bay. Should be kind of high scoring. I also expect I'm going to probably be over the field a little bit on Baker. I think pissed off Baker could be good. Pissed off Baker, at least early. So I don't mind like a Baker, Bucky, Echbuka. Do we like McLaurin? I like him a little bit less than I did a couple of days ago, given the Diggs situation. I do think Diggs will pick up the playbook fairly quickly, being a veteran there. I also think in a weird way, Diggs helps McLaurin a little bit also, though, given that he's going to help the game environment for Washington scoring more. I think if I were going to lean into that build, I would probably play Washington double stacks on FanDuel versus DraftKings, because on DraftKings you want to think more consolidated offenses versus on FanDuel you want to think about offenses that are likely to put up a big score. But I will say we did write up pretty in depth that Washington game with, I think it's Philly in week 1. Yeah, yeah, and honestly, one of the best tackles in the league. Obviously former Houston guy, so I like me some Leonard Tunsil, but I do think he still had, some gas in the tank. I think it's definitely going to hurt their offensive line as a whole. So the primary plan was to just cover DK, but the more I thought about it today, I think I can give you guys FanDuel content because it's just essentially just a simple mathematical adjustment for me. So I think I'm going to put out at least a full projections sheet for FanDuel. Because like we've talked about before, I'll probably end up playing the first couple of weeks of FanDuel because they typically throw out contests where they're risk-free. So if you're going to give me shots at big prize pools and there's no risk, I'm going to take every one of those that you give me. And then I think Mike wanted to see us do some underdog content as well. So I'm probably going to start diving into that and getting the intricate details behind the scenes and start putting out some underdog stuff. Adam just daydreaming about new ways to boost his internet while Randy blesses us with his content.
Yeah, I let Randy just he flows and I go, and actually I don't have to worry about boosting my internet. This new laptop is doing wonders, and
it's almost like
I think the storm is coming my way that Randy has, or at least a different part of it.
Bud. You can have it.
But it's not interfering with anything right now. And yes, Randy was right about getting a new laptop. It was what fixed everything. So
I think about a double tap here with old Woody and CJ. I like Naylor and Tucker in this range quite a bit, but I don't have a lot of Woody marks, so kind of makes sense to get a double with Nico.
I was really confused why two who had Tyson and Olave did not get Shuck 2 rounds ago. And just let him keep floating by. He wasn't coming back around.
So for this one, I would lean Bowers more on DK because I think he's going to see a large target share in Vegas this year. Not that he's a bad play on FanDuel. It's just easier. So if Bowers for some reason goes 6 for 50 and a touchdown, I could see that line from Hunter Henry. I could see that line from Gunnar Helm. I could see that line for Juwan Johnson. I could see that line for Okonkwo. I could see that line for Strange. But where Bowers separates at 6.9K, beautiful number, by the way, is when he catches 13 for 110 and 2 tuds. Then you're going to need him on both sides, but that's going to separate more on DK, if that all made sense. There are 4 of them in Maine now. We are, I think Maine makes up 98.6% of all of our viewership.
Wait, who else was in Maine?
It's Trevor. It's Rich. It's why is my brain going blank?
Yeah, I was confused because Mike was asking the question.
I know for sure we had 3. But
Trevor and Rich is all I know.
No, there's definitely a third one. I was trying to think of who the third one was that was in. I don't know. It'll come to me. Yeah. All the DFS talk got my mind working about. Because I have been in DFS mode all day long, so I've been in the kitchen. Does it make sense to fade the higher priced players in the Raiders Dolphins game or go for the scrubs like Trey Tucker for DFS? For week 1, I would, because you're going to have a lot of stars and scrubs builds. So guys like Trey Tucker are going to become useful in week 1. It's probably not a game that I'm going to full stack, but I'll have some skinny stacks in that game for sure, or secondary stacks. So I don't mind getting if Caleb Douglas plays well in the preseason, I don't mind going like a Caleb Douglas cheap to get Brock in the tight end spot, or Tutu Atwell or Jalen Tolbert, whoever ends up starting at wide receiver for Miami. I don't mind mixing those guys in just so I can get some Bowers in there for like a secondary stack. But I doubt I have like Kirk Cousins stacks in week 1. Oh yeah, we live about
We do.
50 minutes, an hour away from each other, like total.
Ben is the furthest south. Michael is technically the furthest north, but Michael and Randy are kind of parallel to each other just by a few miles across a bay, I think.
So there's a bay about 2 minutes from my house that's quite large. So it would take me 30 minutes to drive to Michael's house. It would take me about 10 minutes on a boat.
Yeah. But they live in southern Tennessee, Michael and Randy, and me and Ben live in northern Georgia.
Oh, I'm going to get Trey Tucker back. Let's go. And I can get some Florida action if I want it. We're going to skip out on that and probably go with. Yeah, we're going to take old Schultz. I know Rich is going to be pissed because I see my guy there, my Marshawn Lloyd share I'm supposed to get.
Your stepson? Yes.
Feeling pretty good about that. I think this is like a solid B to B plus draft. What we got going? Plenty of other Jamokes that are better. You lost me on Jamokes. I don't know why my mind went to Jabronis from 1990s. The Rock.
There you go.
I know. I saw him. He is at the top of the queue, but Adam's going to swoop in and
no, I didn't get him.
There.
He went after me.
Who'd you
get?
Hockenson?
I got Hockenson. Yeah, he went after me.
Yeah, it was between him and Schultz, but with the quad stack there with Houston, I figured with a $3 I'd play for the ceiling. Could have gone back or week 17 though with Marshawn Lloyd, I guess. We have not done that.
If Randy had a boat,
because Michael can't get his damn boat running.
Michael's
every
the one with
15 minutes, the damn thing breaks down. Because they'll be like, "Hey, let's go take the boat out," and then he'll be like, the flux capacitor's broken, we can't." And then 2 days later, he'll text me. He'll be like, "We're on the boat." I'm like, "You son of a!"
We've been waiting 2 years.
Yeah, well, the fucked up thing is, I'm the only person that can swim.
Yeah, so, Michael can't swim either.
We're gonna take out the whole boat, and I'm gonna be the only guy that can actually go in and get somebody if things go.
Ben can swim. Ben swims.
Yeah, but Ben's not gonna come up here to get on the boat, is he?
Probably not. He does his own.
What good is he doing me off of the boat?
His family have their own boat. The in-laws, they had their own boats over there. So,
but we did do an escape room. I don't know if you guys have done those before. They're actually. Did you haven't done one with us, did you?
I have not done an escape room in my entire life.
They're actually like, you like puzzles and shit. They're kind of fun.
Unless you talk about the getting away from the ex's house. That was an escape room.
No, nobody wants to talk about your ex.
Yeah, I don't want to either. So.
And that was all on you, by the way.
All 3 of them, yes, they were. Yeah, correct.
Probably very limited Cam Ward for me. It's kind of one of those things where I want to see it first. Plus, that offense is not the offense is not great, and it's not condensed. A lot of mouths to feed there. If you wanted to take a couple of shots, I wouldn't hate it. I think that Love and the entire Green Bay offense is going to pass more this year, so I'm higher on the Green Bay passing game and a little bit lower on Jacobs for at least early in the season. Let's see who's on the board here for me. Ooh, baby. Let him fall. Let's go. This is pick 190? 192? little double tap action at wide receiver with Tesla and Zachariah Branch. Don't mind if I do. These $3 are fun.
Yeah, they are. They are
we do all
wild.
these for the $25? I'm almost to the point where I can't play the $3 anymore. Or no, you can play $3 and up. I can't play under $3. I'm almost at the point where I can't play.
What?
Once you hit a certain threshold in winnings, you can't play the $3 and unders anymore.
Oh, well, I'm about done with the $3 anyway. I think I have 4 lineups I can enter into 3, and then I'm maxed on the 2 different 3s. So.
Yeah. You were here for that, right?
Yeah.
It was
the handcuffs and he did.
Okay. Let me explain to y'all like this. All right, because I don't think I told y'all the whole story. If I did, just tell me to shut up. So we went to this pizzeria before we went to the escape room, and one of my friends is a truck driver, and he's not small, and he started drinking liquid marijuanas. So I had some liquid marijuanas in my system, 4 or 5. Everybody's hanging out, having a good time. My buddy orders a drink, but he goes to the bathroom. So when the waitress brought out the drinks, she brought out 2 drinks. So I slammed mine down real quick. I took his. I made it look like he never got his drink. He orders another. I probably got about sort of like 8 to 10 in me. Feeling pretty good. Walk into the bathroom, this place, and I'm breaking the seal, and this guy walks in right behind me and just trips over the wet floor sign, eats it. Like, I just see him, like, I'm at the urinal, like, looking back and watching this dude, like, skid across the bathroom floor. Dude doesn't miss a beat, reaches back, grabs the wet floor sign, hugs it, and says, "Oh, Mr. Wet Floor Sign, we meet again." And so by the time we got to the escape room, this young lady was probably about 4 or 5 drinks in. I was probably 10 drinks in, 11, something like. My buddy was feeling pretty good, and there's probably like, I don't know, there's probably 10 of us. And by the time we get in there, I was not in the best shape to be taking care of anybody else. And the only thing I know is they put the cuffs on us, they blindfold us, they chain us to the wall, and 2 seconds later, I don't even think the game master, as they call them, I don't think the lady had shut the door yet, and this girl was already out of the handcuffs, like full on ripped everything, like skin, all of it. Pulled her hand out. It was it's a wild experience. And then about halfway through, I will say, if you ever do an escape room, don't take more than like 6 people, because with 10 of us, there wasn't like the only time they ever woke me up, because they gave us a tarp, and I just rolled myself up in the tarp, drunk, and just I just went and took me a little nappy nap. And the only time they woke me up was to do math. But other than that, like, I didn't help at all with that escape room. But it was an interesting little get together. How many running backs I got? 4? Probably gonna need one of those, huh? Who's my tight ends? Kyle Pitts and Schultz. Not just Ryder. It's gonna be hard for me to pass on old Teddy Hurst up here. Oh shit! I'm running out of clock.
It's okay. Pierce off. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, Pierce on nuts.
Yeah.
4 running backs. I feel like Claiborne could be. I got a lot of first in the 25, so I'll give some back to you guys. Is that my last pick?
Yeah.
No, shit! I should have taken Hurst. I could have one more pick. I didn't know I had 1 pick left. Got into story mode and effed it up. Pray for me, Adam.
Yeah, absolutely. Every day.
Actually, where's we haven't heard from Trevor. Did he land that damn plane with
In his
the
draft, yeah, he had a good
with
start,
Jameer Gibbs at the 4 or whatever it was?
solid start, but
So what's the plan for this weekend? Do you want to try to stream all 300s over the weekend? Try to do one a day or something like that?
yeah, something we can do something like that possibly. I will tell you though, I will not. I will be doing it from down here. I'm gonna take a
Under the weather
sabbatical and
still?
yeah, that and just I just need some rest and just
This man's been off for 3 months. I need some reps. Oh,
I
this
just
work
need it.
shit. I don't know how y'all do
Yeah, we're just gonna chill for until probably first week of football. So
Poor guy can't catch a break. Been off 4 months. Every draft he enters, he's in the 2 spot. It's a rough life, man.
rough life. I gotta teach students tomorrow. So finally, for the first time since Friday. Friday was just hey, welcome, you're here. Here's what we do. That
The
is the
wife,
ugliest back-to-back quarterback room I've seen in my life. At the end, right there.
the wife just texted me. She's a provider here in our town, and just texted me and told me that all it said was flu positive, 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 positive. So I guess the flu's starting to make its way onto the scene for 2026. So go ahead and get your shot if you're getting the shot. If you're into that kind of thing, that's about the only shot I get anymore because it's forced from my work. But um, apparently, we're all about to get hit with the flu again. The real question becomes sweet potato fries or chips and salsa.
Sweet potato fries.
Okay.
Although they'll be probably a little soggy when they get there.
I mean, shit, I'm fat, dude. I don't know if I'm actually fat, but I'm definitely not going to let food go to waste. I mean, they'll be soggy for sure, but I ordered some crema to dip them in.
Now that'll be okay because it's like a dessert. So
Let's see. Probably just going to take best value here for Mr.
yeah,
Revo. You rolled it.
that's what I did. I was trying to take Vele to pair somebody with Shuck, but he went earlier than I expected. So
I took Gesicki last go around, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really think this Eliza Sherrod thing, I think we're stepping on our own feet there for a second. Unfortunately, I have 5 running backs, right? Will be John. Yeah, it's not good. We'll go Sherrod. Do our little grades here and we'll get out of here. Adam out of the 6 with JT. AJ Brown, all the 2-letter names. Zay Flowers, Kyron, Dave Montgomery, Bucky, Trevor Lawrence, RJ Harvey, Wandale Robinson, Jacoby Myers, Tyler Shuck, Cam Ward, Hunter Henry, Travis Hunter, if I could read, TJ Hawkinson, Terrence Ferguson, Calvin Ridley, Nick Singleton, Ted Hurst, and Caleb Douglas.
See,
Yeah, I think it's about a C. Maybe a C plus.
it just wasn't structurally sound. So, but there was so much falling value around me. I just had to get what I got.
Yeah, that and then like the Tennessee stack for the season long worries me a little.
Yeah,
I know Trevor's high on Tennessee, but
I wanted a tight end, but I couldn't get Gunner. Gunner got picked up way early. So
at the 1 spot, which never happens for me, Gibbs, Rice, Nico, Burden, J-Mo still pissed about the leveling thing, Jalen Warren, Caleb Williams, Kyle Pitts, Patty Mahomes, Rashad White, Cokehead, CJ Stroud, Woody Marks, Trey Tucker, Dalton Schultz, Tesla, Zachariah Branch, Mike Gesicki. I screwed up and didn't take Ted Hurst. Got Demond Claiborne and then Eliza Surratt to close it out. So I'm gonna say a B minus.
yeah, I'll give you B minus, maybe a B on that one. So
Pretty standard draft for me. Just trying to ride the fence and get to the next round. Got one more question here. Do you guys like Chase Brown over Jamar Chase since you got access to offense with salary savings? Depends on the build. If you were giving me those guys in a vacuum, I would take Jamar Chase almost every time.
Yeah, definitely.
Just because the ceiling, if you're playing tournaments, the ceiling for Jamar Chase is significantly higher than Chase Brown. I could actually make the argument that the ceiling for Jamar Chase is higher than anyone else in the league. Maybe Gibbs can get there, but I don't see anybody else that can get to Jamar Chase's ceiling. Anything else you want to get off your chest before we get out of here? Or is it time to go eat some pantry salmon?
No, pizza leftovers, and time to take my stomach pill and get ready for bed after I eat. So, yeah. Old man here. Let's go.
All right, y'all have a good rest of y'all's night. I'm about to go get some Mexican food on my stomach that hopefully stays on my stomach this time. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us as always. Mike, Trevor, don't know the user's name, and I can't say all the back stuff. We got to get you a real name so I can actually give you your actual props. Rich,
Yep,
Mike,
absolutely.
Trevor, Brent, all the people. Appreciate you guys every time, man. By you, it's like really to this point, you guys are the ones that are keeping us going. So we appreciate that. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Go check us out over at Breaking Boards DFS. A lot of cool stuff up, a lot of free stuff up right now, so it's even cooler. Go check us out over there. Check out the Solver Tool BB26. Get you 20% off your first month over there. Some great stuff over there for free as well if you don't want to pay for the tool. They do have a lot of free stuff also. But we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys this weekend for the next stream.
See ya.